So this is basically about the different types of nerve fibers and their nuclei. And according to this, we will have different sections at the brain level. So at the level of midbrain, what will be present at the level of pons, medulla, each and everything. So this is for this. So we have 12 cranial nerves. I have written them. Olfactory and optic, they have no nuclei and they directly go to their targeted regions. Associated cortex, oculomotor and trochlear arise from the midbrain, oculomotor from the anterior surface, trochlear from the posterior surface, trigeminal from the midpontine, abduction, fascian, vestibulocochlear to pontomedullary junction. The abduction is from the with the junction of the with the pyramid. Seventh is with the junction with the olive, and vestibulocochlear is the junction of pons and the posterior medulla, which so pontomedullary junction. The 9th, 10th, and 11th arise from the junction of the olive and the inferior cerebellar peduncle, which is between the cerebellum and the medulla, and the 12th between the junction of the pyramid and the olive. We have the embryologically, we have the alar plate and the basal plate. Alar plate is the posterior, basal plate is the ventral. Alar is from which the sensory nuclei will arise, and the basal is from which the motor nuclei will arise, and between it these two we have the sulcus limitans. Now then, as the during the growth, as this growth occur, the alar plate comes more interiorly like this. So this is one side alar plate and its basal plate, then basal plate on this side alar plate, and here we have the formation of sulcus limitans. Sulcus limitans now move interiorly, and this is the cavity of the fourth ventricle here, like. And similarly, the cavity, it will be fourth ventricle, third ventricle, like this. It will go apart at each section. It will be like this. So from the interior to the posterior, we have the arrangement of fibers like this. So from here, it is going like this. So remember it like this: G is G, then G is G, G is G, G is G is. Then for second, remember S, single S, then 4V, then double S, single S, 4V, double S. Then this basal plate has a motor nucleus. So for the motor we use efferent. So 3 efferent and 4 afferents. Now the GSE, general somatic efferent. General somatic efferent to the soma and efferent to muscles, skeletal muscles, to muscles, somatic and general. Somatic, which is under your control, they are supplying the 3, 4, 6. It include the 3, 4, 6 and the 12 cranial nerve. So it include 3, 4, 6 and 12 cranial nerve. 3, 4, 6 and 12 cranial nerve. 3, 4, 6 is for the extraocular muscle, and this is for the tongue muscles. So this first column is for the 3, 4, 6 and 12 cranial nerve. The second column will supply the pharyngeal muscle, arches muscle, so whose nerves are mandibular for the first, facial is for the second arch, ninth is for the third arch, and 10th superior laryngeal nerve is for the fourth, and recurrent laryngeal nerve is for the sixth cranial arch. The general visceral efferent, they will supply the smooth muscles in the glands of the viscera. So it is general and going to the viscera, and it is efferent. So they will be including the parasympathetic efferent. It means the parasympathetic. For the parasympathetic, we have the like salivary gland, submandibular gland, lingual gland, parotid gland. So to them we have different types of nuclei, like 3, 7, 9, 10 nuclei going to them. So we'll be talking about them. General visceral afferent, it include from the viscera the afferent they are going. So it for the nucleus of tractus solitarius, we will go to the nucleus of tractus solitarius. Spatial visceral afferent, from the viscera spatial sense is only one, spatial, and from the viscera so it will be only taste. The spatial somatic, from the somatic the spatial is the vision, the hearing, the smell, the balance. So these are about them. General somatic afferent, they will go to trigeminal nucleus. Trigeminal nucleus is all throughout the midbrain, pons and the medulla. In midbrain we call it the mesencephalic part, in the pons we call it the chief or the principal part, in the spine we call it spinal part. To the mesencephalic part mostly the proprioception go. To the pons or principal or chief part the touch and pressure sensations go, and to the spinal part the pain and temperature sensation go. Now this is the table simply for this. So midbrain, pons and medulla are different. These are same I have written here. Now I say general somatic efferent, they will supply the three. They include 3, 4, 6, and 12. So 3, 4 is from the midbrain, 4 is from the 6 is from the pons, as we know, and 12 is from the medulla arising. So their nuclei will be present like this. These are nuclei. Spatial visceral, I said they were supplying pharyngeal arches. Pharyngeal arches. For the pharyngeal arches, we have mandibular nerve and the 7th nerve, so which are arising from the pons, and the 9th and 10th, they are arising from the medulla oblongata. So we have the nucleus ambiguous for them. The general visceral efferent, I said they were supplied the visceral like submandibular, sublingual, these things. So for that we have the Edinger-Westphal nucleus, which is in the midbrain. Through the oculomotor nerve, it will goes to a ciliary muscle and iris muscle of the eye, and to the sublingual, submandibular, and to the lacrimal gland through the facial nerve, which is through superior salivatory nucleus, and to the parotid gland to the inferior salivatory nucleus through the glossopharyngeal nerve, and to the other viscera of the body through the vagus nerve to the dorsal nucleus of the vagus. For a general visceral and spatial visceral, both are going from the viscera afferent. The spatial has only taste, and general is all other thing. For them we have only one nucleus of Tractus solitarius, which is in the medulla. And for the general somatic afferent from the body, all some sensation like proprioception, touch, pain, temperature, we have the trigeminal nucleus. I will talk about it here. And the spatial from the somatic organ, only three things: the vision, the hearing, and the balance, and the smell. So we will have its nuclei in the pons because the olfactory and the optic, they have no nuclei, they go directly to the associated cords. The remaining the balance and the hearing, for which the vestibulocochlear nerve is nuclei is responsible, and because 8 nerve arise from the pons, so its nuclei will be here. So we have a single vestibular nuclei which has its 4 parts: superior, inferior, medial, and lateral part. And the cochlear nuclei, we have 2 cochlear nuclei, dorsal and ventral. So it will be like so. If there is damage to nucleus ambiguous and 12 hypoglossal nuclei, we have the loss of Geiger reflex. So this was all about this.